we now welcome in the Eagles of Boston College and head coach Earl Grant. Coach Grant will offer an opening statement, then we will open up the room for Q&A, not only with our coach, but our student athletes. And Coach, the podium is yours.
Yeah, really thankful to be here. Thankful to have these two young men, Donald Hand and Jaden Hastings, with me. We're really excited about this season. We feel like we have a great team, great leadership. We're experienced. Excited, to tip off a new season, 25-26 in the ACC, which we feel is the best college basketball league there is. So we're very thankful to be here. Just excited, happy for these young men. They work so hard to put themselves in position to be here on a day like this, and we feel really great about our team and looking forward to the season.
Coach, thank you. Your first question will come to your left in the first row.
Coach, inventory for our wake-up call, BT.com. You and I were just talking about it, the transfer portal as well as retention. So I know you brought in some guys from Butler, Baylor, Missouri, to name a few, and then you also were able to retain. So what does this roster look like for you this season with that mix?
Well, it starts with these guys here. We retained half of our roster, which was very critical for us because we feel like we do a good job identifying, young men that could really compete in the ACC, but also are great students, have great character. So once we get them on campus, if we can keep them, they're going to develop and they're going to become special. So I think it starts with the retention. It's more important than the transfer portal. And so to have, 6 of our players from last year return, and 5 of those 6 all played significant minutes, is very exciting. But yeah, I do agree. We needed some help, and so we went into the portal. We were prepared for the portal. We knew exactly what we were looking for. So we got bigger and longer, and more athletic, and more experience out of the portal. Certainly, Bowden Capke coming from Butler, being a third-year player, played in the Big East. He's 6'11", he's 255 pounds. Really good player, that's budding, ready to break out. Aiden Shaw was at Missouri. Seen a little bit of everything. He's been through the NCAA tournament. He's been through a year where they didn't win any games in the SEC, so he's got a lot of experience. But he's a great person. He's one of the better athletes on our team at 6'9". Jason Asamoto came from Baylor, 6'9" wing, really good player that's going to flourish eventually. And then the guy you didn't mention is from South Dakota, Chase Forte. So I think in the portal we did great. We had good freshmen come in. Our freshmen really want to be at BC. They're special players and special people. So I really like our roster.
Coach, as a follow-up from the podium, curious about Chase. South Dakota is one of those spots where you don't see a whole lot of transfers coming out of. What was it about his play that put him on your radar screen?
Yeah, the last transfer that came out of South Dakota went to Texas Tech, and they went to the Final Four. So he was a guard. I think with Chase, we were looking for leadership. We were looking for experience. We were looking for a good character guy, but somebody that was a worker, that had toughness, that fit, kind of our DNA at Boston College, which is high character, talented person that's willing to work and roll his sleeves up. So we thought Chase fit all of those things that we were looking for. He's from North Carolina, so the ACC meant something to him. He really wanted to be at Boston College. He's getting a master's degree. But he won. He was the defensive player of the year in his league. They won. He averaged 18 points. He averaged 25 points the last 5 games of the year. So he's very capable of scoring. But he really wanted to facilitate and serve and be a point guard and assist his teammates. But he's capable of scoring, and he's a great defender, and he's a big physical, athletic guy.
Next question to your right, first row.
Coach Royal Howell, the Juice Network. Coach, since you've been at Boston College, you've endured the highs and lows of the season, but nevertheless, you still were able to kind of retain your players to come back and play for you, to build and go through adversity together. What kind of identity are you trying to establish under your players here at Boston College?
Yeah, I think most of my time at Boston College has been great. We just been climbing towards the top. Every year we got better. We won. We were very good in the ACC tournament. We got to the postseason. We had big wins in the ACC tournament. So everything was upward mobility. The only year there wasn't was last year, which, no big deal, we understood. And it's a negative and positive. We lost players going into year 4. Really good players, 4 starters. But if we didn't lose them, maybe these guys don't flourish the way that they did. Maybe they don't play as much. So them playing a lot last year, even though the season didn't go exactly the way we wanted it to go, got about 6 overtime games. They're ready now. So I think that year was actually a part of setting us up to have a good season this year.
Coach, staying on your right, the 4th row.
Good morning, Coach. Delonte Smith from College Basketball Experience. I wanted to talk about the tempo and the style of play, building what you were talking about. So you shot the 3 as a team pretty well last year. You just didn't take a lot of them. About 28% of your total points came from 3. Is that something that you're kind of wanting to implement a little bit more this season?
Yeah, we want to shoot about 12% more this year. We got better shooting. We got more guys that can make them. So we're going to make that an emphasis. But we want to shoot good threes. So obviously you got to get the ball inside, whether it be post feeds or driving it into the paint to get the defense to collapse. So we got to work on finding ways to get more quality threes. But I'm glad you brought that up. We did shoot 28, 29%. We want to be at 40% of our attempts coming from 3. I think we have a very dangerous team that way. And we're going to really try to figure out how to get more 3-point shots.
Coach, thank you for your time. You and Donald can switch spots.
Thank you.
And we'll spend a few minutes with our student athletes. Folks, same routine. Please identify yourselves and the agency that you're with. That would be a great help for us this morning. And who would like the first question for Donald? We will take it, Donald, back to the right side, 4th row.
Good morning, Donald. Delonte Smith, College Basketball Experience. So, I think you're one of the premier players in the ACC. You had a great year last year, rebounded the ball well, scored the ball well, and Coach talked about Chase coming in. How much does him coming in, facilitating, and being another scorer kind of open up some things in your game?
Yes, sir. Good morning. He's going to help a lot. He's very experienced. He led South Dakota to some big victories last year. We've been watching film together, and in practice we gel really well together. So this year should be really fun. We know each other play. He knows my spots. I know his spots. So I'm looking forward to it.
Donald, to your left, first row.
Donald Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. I want to make sure I quote you here. It says, when I first committed to BC, I committed to change the culture and help BC basketball get back to the top. Where do you believe that culture is currently and where it's heading?
It's trending to the top. I still believe that. Me and Coach Grant talked about this a couple of times, and I truly believe this is our breakout year right here. Yes, I would say about last week I was at church, and the pastor said the storm doesn't last forever. And last year, a lot of people seen it as a storm, and it wasn't a storm. It was like me, Fred, Jaden's first time in that position. And now we know how it feels to be in big games. We know how it feels to play in tight games. And this year it'll be a different outcome because we know how it feels. So this is our breakout year, and I'll say it right here. Yes, we're going to be top 5 in the ACC. I say it confidently.
Donald, right side, first row.
Yeah, well, how the Juice Network, you just spoke about going through adversity, battling the storms in church, what the pastor said. What is it about Coach that allows you to be confident within his system, but also allows you to play your game? 'Cause a lot of times players go to different systems and are not able to flourish and kind of expose their true game. But we saw last year, right, you were down and third on both sides of the ball. So right, him being, letting you play your game, how does that build your confidence? It helps build my confidence tremendously. Coach, he always preaches confidence to his guys. He said if you work on it, he'll never question the shot you take, and he just trusts his guys. Everybody he recruits, he trusts. And he's a man of faith. Our whole team's big on faith, and when you have faith in God and you have a great man like Coach Grant, it makes it so simple to go out there and just play basketball. So I can confidently say this is one of the best coaches in America, and like I said, we can't wait to show the world what we can do this year.
Donald, last question, kind of a cool note. You made history, you and your dad being the only father-son duo in the ACC to win a Player of the Week honor.
Yes, sir.
Relationship with family, relationship with basketball?
One more time.
Just your general comment about your relationship with family and how it relates to basketball.
Yeah, it's just, it goes hand in hand. It's like growing up, I was taught basketball, but even preaching to be a better man. It's just, I don't know,
are taught to just share everything, share the ball. Yeah, honestly, I don't have a response for that.
That's fine. Just the idea that you said it goes hand in hand tickled me, so thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
We will switch spots with Jaden. Jaden gets a few minutes with our folks in the core. Questions for Jaden Hastings as we round out our time with BC. We'll go left side, Jaden, third row. Just follow the aisle up. Gentleman with the tripod on the table there.
Jay Jacobs with Greenville Sports Media. Jaden, you're one of the premier big men coming into this year. What have you worked on in the off season to better your game for this season?
Good morning. Something I've worked on is just maximizing my gifts and talents. Defensively, guarding guards and being able to be stronger in the paint. Offensively, just keep working on my post game and just maximizing my role, working on lobs and just being the best me I can be.
Jaden, to your left, first row.
Jaden, Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. You heard your coach say they're ready now. And you just heard your teammate speak about this being a breakout year in his opinion. Why do you believe that those two things are true, that you are ready as a team and that this is a season to break out in a positive way for the Eagles?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I think that everything that is good takes time. I think we've had the time to work through the bumps and bruises, and I think that we know what we want from each other. We know what we want to achieve, and this is the breakout year. This is the year that we can just put our head down and grind and get to the top 5 that DJ said.
Jaden, from the podium, you're known for bringing some high energy on the court. We understand that you bring high energy off the court as well. Where does that energy come from? What's that born from?
The energy comes from, I remember an AAU coach told me, your attitude should be like you're the worst player on the team. So it's nothing about on the court, it's just about bringing energy. It's just about making your teammates smile. It's about helping your teammates make the next play after they mess up. So just having that attitude as if that basketball ability doesn't matter, it's about the intangibles.
So your last question then, how do you make your teammates smile?
Honestly, I just look at them. They no, we crack jokes all the time. They're like my brothers, so anything and everything we do, we're always laughing.
That works for us. BC, good luck this season. We'll